Max, wildcard round, game of the week. Glad to be back after missing the last two, and this week we have the Ravens visiting the Sunshine State to take on the Jaguars. This is a long one, and it was an excellent game, so let's get right into it. Ravens, first drive, they face 3rd and 7 here, and Lamar Jackson hits his tight end Mark Andrews on the right side for 25 yards. Jacksonville thought they may have had a first drive 3 and out, but Baltimore had other plans, and we keep it moving. Next play is even better, about as good as you can get, in fact. Jackson rolls out to his left, he sees Marquise Brown streaking outside the numbers, and he gets it to him, and Hollywood wins that battle for it and strolls into the end zone for 6. Drive took just a minute and 16 seconds, and the Ravens are up 7-0 before everyone's even in the stadium, let alone in their seats. Jags with it now, and they want to take a page out of Baltimore's book. Let's start with a big strike to the tight end on the right side. That's Ace Spades getting open deep. Trevor Lawrence throws a dart on the run, and it is right on target. It's a gain of 30, and then on the very next play, they answer back. He sure can run the ball, but this time he gets it done on the receiving side. Travis Etienne, open on his way to the end zone. Good ball from Lawrence leads him right in, and just like that, this game is tied. It took only 3 minutes and 1 second for both teams to put points on the board, and anyone watching knew this one was going to be a battle. 7-7 tie game. Jackson passing again here, and he's got a great supporting cast around him, and he knows how to use each and every one of them. This time he calls on Sammy Watkins, who catches it right around midfield, but he's not going to stop there. Makes a couple of guys miss, and he ends up taking it deep into Jacksonville territory at the 24-yard line. Takes a hard hit, but hangs on, and that's a fantastic play here in the first quarter. Later in the drive, they're on the 10, and Baltimore says, "You're not the only ones with a running back who can catch." J.K. Dobbins makes the grab and scoots around his man for the score, so make that 3 total possessions and 3 touchdowns scored to start this game off. 14-7, Baltimore back on top. And actually, you can go ahead and make that 4 for 4. Jacksonville gets it to their workhorse Etienne, and he does the rest by himself. A 75-yard scamper on the first play of the drive, and surprise, surprise, we're tied once again. Both offenses have been extremely efficient, the defense not so much. This one might come down to whoever has the ball last. 14-14, minute 16 left in the first. Next drive, 2nd down, and Dobbins makes another catch. This time he shows off his strength as he shrugs off a would-be tackler, and the short pass ends up good for a gain of 16 yards. Drive continues in the second quarter. They go his way yet again. Jackson's going to let this one develop a little bit more than the last one, and Dobbins runs the deep corner, finds himself wide open, and hauls it in for a gain of 25. He Hate Me flies in with a big hit, but yet again the Ravens are able to hang on, and it's another Baltimore first down. Next play, it's the big tight end on the right again, and it looks like he's got room to sneak into the end zone, but no. He's down at the 3, so here we go. 1st and goal from the 3, and this play right here is not going to do it. Almost able to break the plane of the goal line, but stopped at the last second. 2nd and goal now from the 1. Dobbins couldn't get it done, so they go with TJ Logan, and he also gets the door slammed in his face. And now we've got a big play here, and the first chance for one team to grab some momentum from the other. What are they going to do? Well, they give it back to old reliable J.K. Dobbins, and he hits the hole with confidence. Probably could have ran that one in with his eyes closed, but I assume they were open. Whatever the case, the Ravens retake the 7-point lead. The score is 21-14. Jacksonville relied heavily on the ground game today, and this drive was a great example of that. After an incomplete pass on first, they go back to Etienne on the ground, and he takes that one up the middle for a 20-yard blast. It's like the parting of the Red Sea sometimes when he has the ball, or maybe he just makes it look that way. 2-minute warning now. They're at the 22 this time, and it's Trevor Lawrence's turn to show that he is an athlete too. He rolls to his right and sees nothing open, so he takes it himself and gets across the sticks to the 10-yard line. Veteran-level recognition from the Clemson grad. And then 2 plays later, Travis finishes it off. The home team scores again, and this game is tied again. Minute 20 left in the half, so we'll see if Baltimore tries to push downfield for the lead at the half, or if they're content to run it out and start the second half tied. Yeah, right. They come out in the shotgun, and Devin Duvernay gets his first mention in one of these, I think. And he does so in a huge way. Gets past his coverage, and there's no one nearby to take him down, so he runs it all the way to the 15. Great chance for them to tack on before the half. They're already in the red zone, 1 play into this drive. One play later, it's 2nd and 4, and Dobbins takes it up the middle again for a Baltimore first down, pretty much imposing their will on the Jaguars defense. Next play, they come out in the shotgun, and Sammy Watkins scores maybe the easiest touchdown of his life. A 4-play drive for the Ravens just before half, and they regain the lead for the 4th time tonight, 28-21. Jacksonville's going to get the ball at the half, so they don't necessarily need a score here, but they sure would like to, so they're going to take a shot. Second play of the drive, Etienne goes in motion to create an empty backfield set, and Lawrence throws quick to his tight end Spades, who takes it across midfield to the 32. Jags call timeout with a fresh set of downs and 16 seconds left on the clock. Very next play, Lawrence passing again, and he throws to the end zone, but that pass is picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Our first turnover of the game puts that threat to bed, and after one half, the score is Ravens 28, Jaguars 21. Home fans weren't worried, though, and for good reason. They've seen this team bounce back from worse. First drive after halftime, and this one's moving slow and steady here. Already killed about half the quarter. They're just across midfield, and Lawrence decides to speed things up a bit. He scrambles to his right side and finds some room. That one good for 30 yards. The ball does pop out right at the last second, but it goes out of bounds, and the Jags quarterback shows his great speed again, bringing it deep into Ravens territory. After another first down, it's Etienne again, and what can you say about this guy? He can get it done from anywhere on the field. That's a 15-yard rush. He wins the race to the corner at the goal line, and after a very methodical Jacksonville drive to start the half, we find ourselves in a familiar position. Tie ball game, scores 28-28. So once again, offense is humming, defense is not so much, but the Ravens had a takeaway to end the first half, and to start the second, Miles Jack comes so close to their first here. He makes the grab, but he steps out, so incomplete. No worries, though, because a couple plays later, he did this. Josh Allen bursts in and forced the ball loose, and Jack is there for the scoop and score to give Jacksonville their first lead of the game with 2:06 left in the third quarter. Josh Allen, not the guy you want to leave with a straight line to your quarterback, and Jackson and the Ravens paid the price. Jaguars take the lead 35-28. So how do the Ravens respond to their first deficit of the game? Pretty much just keep doing what they've been doing all night. Jackson scans the field and gets rid of it just in time to his tight end Andrews, and he takes it and makes it happen as they've done this whole contest. 13 yards on the pass that time, and they pick up right where they left off. 3rd and 10, though, here, and they really want to convert to avoid giving Jacksonville the ball with the lead late in the third. Jackson makes a perfect throw to the sideline where Dobbins makes the catch, tapping his toes and going straight down to the opposing 39. The running back continues to show his football savvy. Second down, Dobbins does his main job, and he does that pretty dang well too. He takes it out of the shotgun and runs to the left side where he finds the first down and more, make it a gain of 17. And going into the fourth, Baltimore is shoving the ball down the throats of the Jags, and it doesn't look like there's anything they can do about it. Fourth quarter now, they're right on the doorstep, and this is no sweat for the Baltimore workhorse. Dobbins takes it to the outside and absolutely untouched strolls into the end zone for 6. The extra point was good, and I don't even want to say it again, but I will. We're tied 35-35. Resulting drive for Jacksonville, and James Robinson in a halfback. He didn't play much in this one, and as it goes sometimes, one of his few chances goes like this. Ball on the ground at the 50, recovered by Deshaun Elliott for the Ravens, and that's the last thing you need if you're the Jaguars. Haven't been able to stop the Baltimore attack, and now you've given it away late, but wait just a second. All turnovers and scoring plays are automatically reviewed, and this one comes back. Robinson was ruled down at the 50, and the Jags escape the close call there and continue the drive. A couple plays later, the Ravens really wish that call would have stood. Etienne takes it right, looks like he's got nowhere to run, and then finds a path. Picks up a key block right at the first down marker, and he is off. 32-yard touchdown rush, his 4th rushing and 5th total touchdown in this game. Travis Etienne had the performance of a lifetime in this one, and he gets the lead back for his team. He hopes for the last time. 42-35 Jags with 4.5 minutes left. Unfortunately, that would mean that their defense would have to step up, and J.K. Dobbins had something to say about that. Takes this one up the middle, and the only guy back for the Jags makes a touchdown-saving tackle at the 44, but he paid the price to do it. Another strong run from Dobbins. If he did it once, why not do it again? He gets the call and takes this one even further. Give him a gain of 25 on this one. And the Ravens are far from dead here halfway through the fourth. Second down, they're in the shotgun now and looking to pass. Jackson takes the snap and hits his backup halfback TJ Logan for 21 yards. Mark him down at the 11. And then shortly after, the Ravens quarterback does it himself. It's third down at the 10-yard line. Jackson makes a dash for the line, just getting there before the crowd wearing black. And if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 50 times by now. We've got a tie game late in the fourth. Scores 42-42. Jacksonville does not want the ball to fall back into the Ravens' hands, so they decide to pound it on the ground and force Baltimore to stop them, a task they haven't been able to accomplish as of yet. That run took them to the 2-minute warning, and you can see that as long as it keeps working, they're going to remain committed to the ground game. Here they are at midfield now, and Etienne gets the call again. He's able to get 15 yards approaching scoring territory, and Baltimore knows they've got to make a play soon and can't afford to let the Jags keep moving the ball at will. They apparently don't think about stopping the clock, though, as they let Jacksonville run the play clock all the way down before they snap it. This one goes for a short gain, and once again, they seem content to let the clock run instead of trying to salvage some time to make a last attempt before time expires. Weird clock management by Baltimore. Jacksonville doesn't bleed the clock here, and maybe that caught the Ravens off guard because Robinson takes it 20 yards, setting up the chip shot to win the football game and put them into the next round. They do manage to call the timeouts here and successfully ice the kicker. So will he be able to put it through anyway, or will we get some extra football? The kick is up, and it is pretty much right down the middle to put Jacksonville up by 3 with 2 seconds left in the game. So Baltimore needs a miracle here if they want to keep their Super Bowl hopes alive. Will they get it? No, they will not. Flag on the play is on Baltimore, so this battle between two powerhouses comes to an end. Final score here, Jacksonville 45, Baltimore 42. The Ravens have to be disappointed by the last few weeks. They had a 1-game lead over Pittsburgh until Week 15 when the Steelers beat them for the second time this year. That game cost them the 2 seed and a home game against Buffalo, so instead they had to come to the wetlands and take on the Jaguars, who ended their season no doubt too early, at least according to them. Jacksonville picks up the win. Their divisional round opponent is none other than the aforementioned Steelers, and it'll be in Pittsburgh. No doubt that game will live up to the standard that this one set. Here's the full picture and scores from the first round. You can see Pittsburgh won comfortably against the 7-seed Buffalo, 47-15. They're set to host Jacksonville next week. The third AFC game was an AFC West battle that ended with a rage quit and a subsequent booting from the Madden Avengers for clacks. We don't do that here in this league, so the Raiders take the W. They're set to take on the Jets, who had a bye this week due to being the 1 seed in the conference. Over in the NFC, the Chicago Bears arguably pulled off the upset, even though they were the home team. They won 11 games and hosted the Falcons, who won 12, but home field came up large for them. Bears win that game 35-14, and they're on the road to Tampa to take on the undefeated Bucs next week. In the other 2 games, chalk held true. 2-seed Seattle beating 7-seed San Francisco by a score of 41-14, and 3-seed Washington beat 6-seed Los Angeles 37-20. Those teams will meet up in Seattle next week, and after it's all said and done, check back for championship round matchups and more highlights from whichever game is best. And that's going to do it for us today. I'm Ace510. For more Max coverage, including live commentary broadcasts, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ace510, as well as right here on YouTube so you don't miss a highlight video. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Triple Coverage podcast to stay up to date in the world of sports. And for players in the league, make sure you archive your streams for your chance to be featured in a video like this. Your final score from Jacksonville, Florida, Jaguars 45, Ravens 42, and I'll see you next time right here on Ace 510.